Hello guys, welcome back to FFN. This week it's about professional development. So what this video is going to be about is how to prepare yourself for an interview. Usually when you apply for a job, they'll follow up with an email wanting to schedule an interview for a certain date, a certain time. But before that interview happens, there are some things that you should consider doing and how to prepare yourself when that interview comes. So one of the things that I recommend is that you familiarize yourself with the company or with that organization that you're applying to. Some companies may be involved with community work, or they're like environmentally involved as well. So one of the things that you could do is just familiarize yourself with some of the outside things that they do beyond the company, right? And also sometimes you could, depending on which job position you're applying for, you can bring up things like as far as like their mission statement, their vision statement, what's the purpose of the company, and why are they here, what are they trying to pursue, and or like the history of the company as well, how it started, like who founded it, and just small details, right, that people may look into when you're in the interview. Another tip is to groom yourself. If you have a beard, make sure it's nice and groomed. You don't want to have it too grown out. Just trim it, make it look nice, make it look a little bit more professional. As far as the dress code, always dress in a dress shirt or a business attire, such as slacks, some nice dressing shoes, and a long sleeve button-down shirt. Another thing is that a way to prepare yourself is by mentally asking yourself some of the questions that you think will be asked during the interview, right? So there's, on the internet, I'm pretty sure you could look up mock interview questions and have those questions in front of you, and mentally prepare yourself for those questions of how are you going to answer certain questions, how you're going to go about presenting yourself, and making sure that the interviewer or the company wants someone like you there. So yeah, preparing yourself like that mentally, physically as well, with being presentable towards the people interviewing you. So just being well groomed, being well dressed, and also one of the first things that you should do once entering the interview room is greeting everyone there, right? If it's one person, greet them with a handshake, eye contact, and a smile. As there's multiple people there, give everyone a handshake. Make sure you're presenting yourself, making sure that that you're being courteous and professional as well. So when you're on your way to the interview, you always get nervous, right? So one of the things I recommend is getting there early. You should always get there at least, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes, right, earlier, just so they know that they can see there's interest, that you're showing interest towards the company and the position you're applying for. But getting yourself familiar with the facility or the company or wherever it may be, right, the parking, just getting yourself familiar, because you never know what can happen. You should always be leaving your house a little early. There could be traffic, you get a flat tire, accident, anything could happen. So always want to leave early and give yourself enough time to be there. So on your way there, always can remember to take deep breaths and to calm yourself down. You should also have like a stress ball that releases some of the stress, some of the anxiety that you might be feeling. But once you're inside the interview room, it's time to go, right? It's time to get the job done and try to put on a good interview so they could potentially hire you. Another thing that you should do prior to the interview is making sure that you have your outfit ready to go, right? So you don't have to be in a rush in the morning. Make sure that you have everything ready in terms of, sometimes they may ask for your resume. So if you have copies of your resume, have that ready in a folder, something that's nice and presentable. If they might ask for like a college degree, a copy of your college degree, a copy of your high school diploma or anything of that sort, have that ready as well for them to see and for them to use as proof that you actually have those things. And also be ready to mentally take notes of what they're asking you and what they're telling you during the interview. So these are some of the tips that I have right now for you guys to use when going into an interview or preparing yourself for an interview. Hopefully they help out in the future, and hopefully you guys use them. Thank you for joining FFN again, virtually online, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.